What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. Since today is the birthday of late TV star, superstar, James Gandolfini, I decided to do my top 10 favorite James Gandolfini projects. Now, he actually has done more movies than TV, but obviously I gotta talk about his TV gig because he, of course, started probably one of the greatest shows of all time. I might get to that later on. But anyway, I said a little too much, so with that being said, here are my top 10 favorite James Gandolfini projects. I mean, guy was gone way too soon. Passed away in he actually passed away on my birthday in 2013, and man, he left behind a really great legacy of body of work. So anyway, here's my favorite projects of his. All right, coming in at number 10 will be a film called Enough Said. Now, this film is directed by this director named Nicole Hollow Fencer. I think that's her. Yeah, Fencer. I can never really remember her last name that well. But in the film, it's actually really a charming little film that Gandolfini did. Like, I never really thought this guy could, really do a charming film like this. But anyway, now in Enough Says, Seinfeld and Veep star Julia Louis-Dreyfus stars as this divorced single parent named Eva, who who pretty much seems very happy, but like dreads her daughter's departure for college, and so like unexpectedly she begins like a romance with this guy named Albert, played by James Gandolfini, who's like a very nice man with lots of in common with her, and so like she also finds a new friend as well with Marianne, played by Catherine Keener, who's a poet who's like just pretty much about perfect, except like one thing she like constantly denigrates her ex-husband Albert, and so like she's pretty much ends up falling for her best friend's ex-husband. So yeah, it really shows how cool of an actor James Gandolfini is. I mean, the guy could go from playing like a tough guy and a gangster guy, to really do like a heartwarming comedy like this. And like it. It was pretty cool seeing two major TV stars work together. I mean, you got Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld fame, while Gandolfini, of course, best known for The Sopranos fame. So yeah, it was pretty cool. To see two like major TV stars like that, do something together. And sadly, this was one of Gandolfini's final projects before he tragically passed away. And it's a really nice little film. I mean, if you guys never seen Enough Said, it's a pretty underrated gem, but it's a really good one. Alright, coming in at number 9 is going to Get Shorty. Get Shorty is great. I mean, I also like Be Cool, by the way. But Get Shorty with John Travolta, Danny DeVito, you had Renee Russo, you had Gene Hackman. I mean, really cool cast members here. And in it, James Gandolfini plays this like Hollywood stuntman whose name is Bear, and he pretty much ends up getting moonlighted as like a bodyguard for the mob, and his character, and he's actually not that he's a pretty cool character, and he has really cool chemistry with John Travolta's Chili Palmer character. Now, granted, Gandolfini's role is not like it's not like big or anything, but he had a pretty cool memorable role part in this. And his like on-screen chemistry with John Travolta was pretty decent. Danny DeVito, I mean, he's Danny DeVito, he's always great. And Gandolfini and Travolta, of course, shared some really funny moments together. And yeah, I Get Shorty. It's been a while since I've seen Get Shorty, but I gotta rewatch this movie again. Get Shorty is great. I mean, if you guys ever seen Get Shorty, give that one a go. Anyway. Alright, coming in at number 8 is going to this film called Killing Them Softly, which features a cool cast that includes the likes of Brad Pitt, Ray Liotta, you had Scoot McNairy in this, directed by Andrew Dominic. Killing Them Softly is a really cool mafia film. I mean, it was pretty cool seeing, of course, Gandolfini's no stranger to the mafia genre, and not to mention Ray Liotta's no stranger to the mafia genre as well. So it was cool, pretty cool seeing like a Goodfellas and Sopranos pair up here. But in the film, Gandolfini plays this character named Mickey, who ends up setting to help Brad Pitt's character Jackie Coogan, but instead like spends the weekend, getting drunk, doing drugs and all that. And he plays this role really well. I kind of quite like his chemistry with Brad Pitt. Those two play off each other really well. And Andrew Dominic, who I think is a really tragically underrated actor. The guy, of course, directed that Brad Pitt movie, Jesse James. He has that. He's doing that Netflix movie about Marilyn Monroe. Cannot wait for that. I mean, yeah, Killing Them Softly is a really, it's kind of cool mafia film. It's cool, gangster. I mean, I do love these type of films. And yeah, Killing Them Softly is really decent. If you guys haven't seen Killing Them Softly yet, give it a go. All right. Now, coming in at number 7 is Not Fade Away. Now, this movie is actually directed by David Chase, who also created The Sopranos. So it was pretty cool seeing to see James Gandolfini do a movie that's directed by the creator of The Sopranos. Because I believe this was like his directorial debut, if I'm not mistaken. And it's a cool music based film. The film takes place in 1960s New Jersey. And this actor named John Magaro, who you guys might know from Orange is the New Black fame, he plays this character named Doug, who's like a college dropout, and he's very devoted to his to energy to the rock band that he founded in high school. And his dad is, of course, played by Gandolfini, who really doesn't approve what he's been doing and all. Like he kind of wishes Doug could just quit the music and go back to college and all. And of course, you got Jack Houston from Boardwalk Empire fame as the character of Gene, who's the band's lead singer. You have the girl from the 50 Shades sequel, Bella Heathcote, who plays who pretty much plays like Doug's love interest. You also had Will Brill in this. Some really cool cast members. And this film was it's not really a mafia film. Like when you think of David Chase's directorial debut, you expect it to be like a mafia film. Nope, this is of course like a music-based film that takes place in Jersey. So yeah, so I guess you could say it's like The Sopranos if The Sopranos was was music-based instead of a gangster story. But yeah, pretty underrated film by the way. I mean, if you guys never seen Not Fade Away, got released in 2012, I think. Oh yeah, it got released in 2012. Really nice little film. Definitely go check out Not Fade Away. All right. Now coming in at number 6 is going to the film In the Loop. Now In the Loop is like a parody of inner workings of U.S. and British government agencies and their international relations. And so Gandolfini plays the General Miller, and he of course puts his own humorous spin on the part. And you also got people and not to mention it's directed by speaking of Julia Louis-Dreyfus, it's directed by Veep creator Armando Iannucci and stars Tom Hollander as Simon Forster, who's the minor minister of international development with the British government. You also got Doctor Who dude Peter Capalelli as the Commonwealth Nations director Malcolm Tucker. You got Gina McKee as a personal communications director Judy. You also got people like Chris Edison was in this. Anna Kolumsky. Speaking of Veep. I mean, this is a really great film. It's a really cool comedy satire. Great great performances by the cast. It's really funny. If you guys never seen In the Loop by now, it's a really good one. Alright, coming in at number 5 is going to a film called Welcome to the Raleighs. Welcome to the Raleighs stars Gandolfini and Melissa Leo as well as Kristen Stewart. And the film, and they pretty much play this this once a happily married and loving couple. And their character's name is Gandolfini plays Doug, while Melissa Leo plays Lois Raleigh, and they have like grown apart since losing their teenage daughter 8 years ago. And so like pretty much it ends up leaving his wife behind to go on a business trip to New Orleans, while Doug ends up meeting this 17-year-old runaway named Kristen Stewart, who also happens to be like a stripper and all. And so like so really Doug and the pretty much Doug and Kristen Stewart's character both have like an interesting relationship and all, and it could easily derail his relationship with Melissa Leo's Lois character. I mean, Welcome to Raleigh's is a really nice little flick. Like, I really quite like the chemistry between Gandolfini and Kristen Stewart. And this is one of the few films that kind of made me go and say, yeah, Kristen Stewart is a really good actress. I mean, I've always said this, you could hate her for the Twilight stuff, whatever. But the girl could really act well. Whether you talk about Welcome to Raleigh's, The Runaways, she's a really good actress. And, Gandolfini, of course, he was really great in this. And Melissa Leo was great. I mean, kind of an underrated gem, too. Like, if you guys haven't seen Welcome to the Raleigh's yet, it's a really good one.
Why?
Alright, coming in at number 4 is going to Zero Dark Thirty. Now, granted, Gandolfini doesn't have that much to do here. Like, pretty much, Gandolfini in this plays like the Secretary of Defense, Leon Panetta, and he has like his character isn't as like big or anything, so it probably is a little cheating to really put this up a little higher. But I quite liked his role in this. I mean, like, of course, you guys don't know this is of course about the U.S. Takedown of Osama bin Laden and all, and James Gandolfini as Leon Panetta had a really cool present in the boardroom when discussing when of course discussing the operations and all. And Zero Dark Thirty, it's great. I mean, you got Catherine Bigelow directing it, Jessica Chastain. I mean, yeah, really.
See what kind of problem you have in a minute.
Yeah, really good film. And Gandolfini, like, I really quite loved his presence in this movie. Alright, coming in at number 3 is also a film where he doesn't play that big of a part in, but it's actually a really memorable role. And that's going to be True Romance, directed by the late, great Tony Scott, starring Christian Slater, Patricia Arquette. I mean, in this film, Gandolfini plays this psychopathic, cold-blooded killer, and his character in this is so like very creepy, so menacing, and like the fight scene between him and Patricia, and the fight scene between him and Arquette's character Alabama is probably one of the best fights you'll see in history, and like his dialogue in the hotel scenes pretty cool to listen to. I mean, yeah, True Romance. You also got Brad Pitt was also in this. You also had Sam Jackson. I mean, yeah, it's based on a script by Quentin Tarantino, and really awesome film. I mean, if you guys never seen True Romance by now, it's probably one of the most messed up movies of the 90s, and yeah. Alright. Now, coming in at number 2 is going to be Robert Redford's film, The Last Castle. Now, in the film, Redford stars as the character named General Irwin, who's like this respected 3-star tactician whose like career ends up in disgrace when he's like court-martialed and is like sentenced to the castle, which is a maximum security prison. And so, And so Gandolfini actually plays the Addo critic warden named Colonel Winter, who pretty much runs the command with an iron fist and all. And those should of course get into dispute here. I mean, Gandolfini is pretty much the bad guy in this, and Robert Redford was great in this movie, by the way. I mean, it's Last Castle isn't like a great film or anything, but it's really decent. It's a cool prison sentence film. Gandolfini just played the Colonel Winter so darn well. I mean, Gandolfini's character was such like a prick in this movie, and he played that role really well. I mean, if you guys never seen The Last Castle by now, it's really nice, awesome film. All right, now what's the best thing that Gandolfini has ever been in? All right, my number one favorite. I mean, obviously, anyone who even watching this video, whether you guys probably take a guess what Gandolfini's best role of all time is. This is the reason why I decided to say just projects instead of movies. Because his best project of all time is arguably one of the greatest TV shows of all time. That is, of course, The Sopranos. I mean, how could you not do if you do best Gandolfini performances or roles? Come on, how do you not add The Sopranos as number one? I mean, obviously. I can't really think of what his number one best movie is, but his number one best thing he's ever been in has got to be The Sopranos. I mean, a mafia movie about, a crime family. You got Gandolfini as Tony Soprano. You also got people like Nurse Jackie girl Edie Falco as, of course, the wife. You had Lorraine Bracco, Michael Pierioli. By the way, there's really someone that I met who kind of reminds me of Pierioli's character, by the way. But anyway, you also got Dominic Chanese, Tony Serco, Jamie Lynn Singler, Steve Shapiria, Vincent Pastore. You got the Matteo, not to mention Lady Gaga actually appeared on Sopranos one time. Created by the great David Chase. I mean, The Sopranos is just one of the most iconic TV shows ever is. And of course, every time they end the show off, they always end it off with a blank screen. You guys know how The Sopranos works. I mean, the show, of course, won loads of Emmy Awards. I mean, before Game of Thrones came around, there was The Sopranos. And, yeah, it's, of course, that and Sex and the City kind of really made HBO what it is today. I mean, if it probably wasn't for Sopranos being a hit, HBO probably wouldn't be where it is today. Like, HBO probably wouldn't have stuff like Game of Thrones if it wasn't for The Sopranos. And, of course, one of my anticipated movies of next year is the prequel they're doing. That Newark, can't remember the actual name, but I know it's Newark something. The Many Faces of Newark, which actually is going to feature James' son as a young Tony Soprano. Cannot wait for that movie to come out. But, yeah, when you think of James Gandolfini, you don't even think of movies like Get Shorty. You don't think of Killing Them Softly. You don't even think of True Romance. You automatically go to The Sopranos, and that's definitely his best role ever. But that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, Enough Said. 9, Get Shorty. 8, Killing Them Softly. 7, Not Fade Away. 6, In the Loop. 5, Welcome to the Raleighs. 4, Zero Dark Thirty. 3, True Romance. 2, The Last Castle. 1, The Sopranos. Now, he's been in loads of other stuff over the years as well. His last movie with Tom Hardy, which was called The Drop. I love The Drop. Really underrated little gem. He was also great in the Take Me a Pound 1, 2, 3, also with Travolta. He was in the movie The Mexican, which also featured Brad Pitt and also had Julia Roberts in it. Where the Wild Things Are. Burt Wonderstone with Steve Carell and Jim Carrey. That was pretty funny. Crimson Peak with Denzel. 8mm with Nick Cage. Fallen, also with Denzel. 12 Angry Men. For some reason, he said yes to Surviving Christmas with Ben Affleck. I don't know why he said yes to that, but okay. The Cheer, of course. There's The Mighty. Silver Action, also with John Travolta. Violet and Daisy. The Man Who Wasn't There. Cinema Virtue, which is a HBO feature. Yeah, the man been some really great stuff over the years. I mean, Gandolfini was the man. I mean, rest in peace, Gandolfini. You know, from 2013 to now, you're still definitely missed. But let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite James Gandolfini projects? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here's Team Movie sign off.